Amen. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Stumble upon marriage either. He created it. And he created it with a purpose. He created it with precision. Marriage is God's idea. And God is the author of marriage.
Fathers, be active in your children's life. Talk to them about God. Teach them about God. Teach them to fear God.
Did you get to know more people at a deeper level? And did you know that? Did you get to know that we have wonderful husbands at Family Alliance Church? Yes, I heard patience. I heard that you could clean and clean J or sushi. I heard wonderful things about your husband. And your husband. So thank you for doing that. I know it took about 15 minutes, but that was important to me. It was important to me that you don't go home and you don't know people here. It's important to me that you went home and when you see people at church, when we go back to church, you know who we are, you know who they are, and you can say hi and you can talk. And 8 years ago, we did a couples retreat. A couples camping, and just yesterday, like Yiseng and I, we were talking about it, and also we thought about the time, thought about what we did, and how the memory still stays in our hearts and in our mind. And so I pray that this retreat will be talked about 10, 15 years from now too, between okay? So this theme, the theme for the retreat is his masterpiece for marriage. His masterpiece, so we wanted this retreat to be his masterpiece for marriage. For this workshop, we will discuss our husband's needs. Sufu GB and Asufu are discussing our needs to our husbands. And the goal is that both husbands and wives will meet the need of their spouse so that we can have a relationship, a marriage relationship that glorifies God. Okay? Now we know that left and right, we hear divorces in the media, in our community, everywhere. And that's the work of the devil. When the devil plans to break the marriage covenant, because this is a covenant that is important to God. And so there is a chain of reaction when there is divorce in the family. And this is why the devil works so hard to break a marriage. When the couple divorce, the man and woman are broken. The children are broken. The extended family are broken. And this is why the devil works so hard to cause divorce between the couples. We each don't know what each other couple is going through. At church, everyone seems to be happy. At home, a couple may be on a brink of divorce, but we don't know about it. And that's why we set up marriage retreats like this, so that we can learn, so that whoever is going through it, we can learn and we can help each other. When a divorce happens, we all are surprised. How many of you know couples who got divorced and it surprised you? We all do. I know it. I do too. And I go, oh, my heart hurts for that couple. that couple was so good together. In my eyes, on the outside, I see they're so good together. But inside the home, inside their heart, there's turmoils in their heart that we don't know about. And as brothers and sisters in Christ, we come together and we help each other. And when someone comes to us to talk about, to share their struggles, it is not our sister job, our Christ-centered woman job to spread that to other women. It is our job to keep that and to pray and to help that person go through it. If your marriage is great and both of you and your spouse already meet each other's needs, that is a blessing and that is so awesome. But if there is still things between you and your husband that you need to work on or that you need help with, don't hesitate to ask for help. But when you ask for help, don't ask for help from people you know that's going to spread you all over town. You ask for help, especially the pastor of the church. He is a pastor or that has been ordained to keep things so that he can help people grow. And so if anybody's life or anybody's marriage is in trouble, don't hesitate to talk to the pastor, okay? And we are here too if you trust us, but the pastor is here to help you, guide you, and to help you so that you can go through that hump that you need to go through so that your marriage will be glorifying to God, okay? So in our workshop, Ephesians 5:21 says, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. Reverence is defined as a profound feeling of deep respect, honor, and admiration, often tinged with awe or fear. And Sufri Jubro talked a little bit about this morning. As to reverence someone is to regard them with this high level of respect. It is taking care of that person's dignity. It is taking care of his honor. And as a wife, that is our job. Our job is to take care of our husband's honor, his dignity, and respect for him, and that's what the Bible teaches. And that's what we will be talking about today.
So, I am Tung Kong, I'm Nan Tung Kong's husband. So we thought about how we're gonna handle this. So we figured we're gonna combine our lessons together, and we're gonna introduce to this book. This book is called His Needs and Her Needs, and it's by Willard F. Hardy. And basically, a little bit of a background about him is that he's a clinical psychologist, also a marriage counselor, best-selling author, and a Christian. So what a clinical psychologist is, he's a psychologist who works in a clinical setting, sort of like a hospital setting, right? Where a lot of people who has personal issue comes and they assign a particular psychologist to that person so they can work with that person. And so, being a marriage counselor, he's also worked with a lot of people regarding their marriage. And this book, His Needs and Her Needs, is a result of his marriage counseling experience. And so, him being a Christian, he's writing this book from a Christian perspective. However, if you read this book, you won't find any Bible verses, because he's writing this book to the mass, right? To other people who are not Christians as well, but he's using the biblical principle as a model to teach people about his needs and her needs. And it's very, very important for people to know this book and read this book. We read it when we were a youngster. And so basically, how we got this book. A long time ago, when the world was black and white, that's what I tell my children. Before they were born, we were dating. And we were dating, and so we loved the Bible, we loved books, so we went to the Bible bookstore locally here in Fresno. So we were browsing through the book sections, and there's like this pile of book that was on the table that was listed as on sale. And I was browsing on my end of the table, looking at books. She was browsing on her end of the table, browsing at books. And she picked up this book, His Needs and Her Needs, right? And I looked at her because it caught my eye that she was reading that book. So I knew what that book was going to be about, because it was about relationship. That's what it's called, His Needs and Her Needs. So I looked at it, I was curious, but because I was sort of immature and young and in love, I didn't want to show her that I have any weakness, so I didn't bother asking her about the book. So she read through it, she browsed through it, she put it down. But that book stuck in my head. And then, not long afterward, I went off to college, and she stayed in Fresno. So when I was up in Redding, I had a lot of time to myself, right? I had a lot of time to myself, and I got to thinking, I really, really like this woman, and I love her. And I know I'm going to marry my wife, right? So I said to myself, I've seen my friends, they've gotten married, and their marriage isn't really good. And I said to myself, I don't want to follow that road. I want to make my marriage better than theirs. And so my philosophy is, I live my life learning from people's mistakes so that I don't follow those mistakes. So I said to myself, what must I do so that my life with my wife will be better? And so, being that I had a lot of time to myself, I drove down to the Christian bookstore, found the book, and I started reading through it. If you guys have never read this book, there's a section for His Needs, and there's a section for Her Needs. So for the section for His Needs, it's written for the women, so that the women understand what the guy's needs are. And there's a section in it that is for her needs. It is meant for the guy, so the guy will understand what the women are thinking and what their needs are. And when I read through the book, it really, really interested me in how a woman thinks. So I finally called her up and I said, hey, Bai, do you know that book that a long time ago we went to the bookstore and you picked up, and it's called His Needs and Her Needs? She goes, yeah. So I said, well, I bought it and I read through it. Oh, I'm reading through it and I really, really like it. I was wondering if we can read it together, So when I read through my section, I would take notes and put my thoughts on it so that when she reads through the section that I read, she knew what I was thinking. And that's how we learn to work with our relationship. And this book has been an instrumental book that strengthened our marriage. And I encourage you guys to get this book. Also, this book here, we've also used to help other couples, and so one couple, 20 years after their marriage, they met us, and when they met us, I already forgot about the book that we had mentored them with it, and the man came to me and the man goes, so go. Of all the things I've learned in life, is that book that you guys went through with us. It really strengthened our relationship. It made me understand what my wife's thinking is. And so it really makes me love her more and understand her. And we kept this book and we read through it and we go through it, and our marriage has been very good as a result of this book. So I'll let you guys know, if you haven't picked up this book, don't read it and say, see, you're not like this. See, you're not like that. You know? Don't do that to your spouse. But rather, when you read it, you read it in this way. Okay, this is how my spouse is thinking. What must I do to satisfy his needs? Okay, so if you love your spouse, that's what you would do. But if you don't like your spouse or don't love him, you would say, see, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do this, you don't do this. Because those books will tell him your needs, and it will tell you his needs. So don't use it as a weapon. Okay. So that's how we taught each other. And so as you read the book, we want to introduce you to this concept. And I'm sure you guys heard about this, right? The love bank, right? So as you can see, when you guys were dating, you guys were on your best behavior, right? And you are just go for gaga for your spouse, right? And so as you fall in love with your spouse, even your black shahana, every day when you when you talk to your spouse and he talks to you with loving words, a little bit of those heart falls into your little bank, right? And every day as you interact with them, the more you interact with them, the more those little black shahana falls into your little bank. And that's how you fall in love, right? And that's why when he asks you to marry him, you say yes, because your bank is overflow with those little hearts, right? And so here's the thing. Sometimes we forget, after we've been married 5, 6, 7 years, we forget that we have this little bank, that when we were dating, it was full of little hearts, right? I'm sorry if I don't speak right. I'm sorry if I don't sound, how do you say, haruming, because so it's very hard for me to speak clearly. So that's why I speak with a slur, because air is coming out this side. So I can't speak fast anymore because I can't pronounce. So you see here this little love bank here? When you do something bad to your husband, or when your husband does something bad to you, those little heart flows away, right? So if you don't know how to come back and fix each other, then that little bank keeps disappearing. Those little hearts keeps disappearing out of your heart, right? And then if you continue on and you don't fix, you don't know how to find ways so that those little hearts will flow back into your bank hearts, the heart banks, love bank. What it is have you guys heard of Air Supply? You guys know the band Air Supply? In the 80s? Yeah. I'm all out of love, right? What am I without you, right? So when you don't fix your love bank, it drains all of your little love coins out of your heart, and you're out of love, right? So love, like yesterday, Pastor GB says, takes work. And so it takes work for you to gather those little love coins back into your heart. And hopefully that's what we're here today.
So in the book, his number one need is sexual fulfillment, and that's universally the first thing he can't do without. And so the doctor did hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases, and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of cases going to gather now. The men complain the most is this. And so this might not be for every man, exceptionally maybe one or two or few that most men universally in Chalkano. And women, we want affection, but the men wants sex. And most men don't understand that we need affection from them, and hopefully today, after Sifu GB talk to them, they will show more affection to you if they haven't. And so, but the women, a lot of women don't understand that men need sex. It is so important that Nama Gitsanya Kutsale mentioned, a whole bunch of stories.
Yes, so remember the turtle and the rabbit? So I have a confession, right? Yesterday when we went home, we went to our cabin, and while the while the turtle was inside the bathroom showering, the rabbit has already gone down to its hole and slept. So the rabbit went to sleep all night, and when the turtle came, the turtle slept all night. So the rabbit did not help the turtle make up the hill.
So, it's so important, and a lot of divorces and affairs happen because the men, the women, we don't see it as important, and so we don't give it to the man, and so that's why there's a lot of divorce. This is the number one area your couples go for counseling. Okay, so when the women don't give sex to their husbands, they look for it somewhere else, and this is why it is so important that we realize the importance of it. It is so important that they get frustrated. They don't feel peace, they don't feel like their need is met. A man is sexually fulfilled also when he knows that the wife enjoys the act with him. If the man just do his thing, more fulfillment. He needs that partnership. Okay? Man gets very frustrated. For example, today, can we? No, I'm so tired. I need to go to sleep. I have a long day tomorrow. The next day, no. YouTube promised to and so you know what that means? That means we all are guilty of it. So day after day after day, they were doing they honestly, okay? God wired men's body for it. The majority of us we're like, that's okay too, it's okay, That's my and so gets that they both feel relaxed and both feel like they can conquer the whole world, honestly. Okay, so do you have something to add to that?
Yeah, so how many men were able to focus? Okay. If you notice, because it helps you focus. And so even though there's nothing in the back of our head that you don't think about, okay? So that's the truth about big men.
So, here's questions to consider. Is sex an issue in your marriage? If it is, then how do you plan to fix it? So just think about it, okay? His number 2 need is recreational companionship. This is another universal, that is universally what men want. He needs her to be his playmate. How important is recreational compatibility? It is important. Husbands love it when their wives do recreational things with them. Recreational things are between you and your husband, what you guys like. Some things that your mom men really love is fishing, hunting, playing, or watching sports. hiking, camping, bowling, Bible study, archery. There's a lot of things that that your husband like to do. And if they know how to meet their needs on this, because I see them go hunting and go fishing with their husbands. I'm sure you do other things too. But the truth is, I never fish, I never hunt, I never I do archery a little bit, camping. But before I met Zedong, I never did any of that. But as those things become important to him, then I don't have a choice. I do it too. For the love of him, I do it too. So for my birthday, Gusanyo, something special that I could wear, like yaku, diamond, beautiful jewelry. But guess what I got for my birthday? I go, huh? What's that? Archery, isang bow na. He bought me a bow. And I go, what am I going to do with that? Oh, you're going to learn it with me. And so I did. I learned it with him. And it makes him very happy. And so then that makes our marriage happy. And so you your husband or no, go with him a couple times. Maybe you might enjoy it too. And if you don't enjoy it, then be honest with your husband and say, you know what, I tried, but I really don't like it. Can we find something else that I can enjoy with you? So men gets lonely, like he said, and they need their spouse to do things with them. And Zedong and I believe, and yesterday, husband and wife should be each other's best friends. So you talk, you share goals together, you have discussions together, you do a lot of things together. And so we've been married for 30 years. And we do a lot of things together. And so wherever he goes, I go. So hunting season, go ahead.
Yeah, so it is true that ito ko po yung best friend. When you are upset, you are depressed, you call your girlfriend up and say, hey, Natsugong, I'm really upset that this happened to me in my life. Our men are not like that. I don't know why we are not like that. I think God just built us this way. We don't call up somebody at our church and say, hey, today something really, really upset happened in my life. They're going to say, hey, let's just go fishing. Let's not talk about it. Majority of us men are like that. And so we feel that most of our men, we feel that our wife is the only person that we can confide to. Without our wife, we would not know who to confide to. Because men has a lot of issues with trusting other men, because we're afraid that those other men will take our problems and go spread to other people and say, he cannot be a man, And so our wives are our best friend. I just want you guys to know that. And when you guys don't go places with us, we are truly, truly lonely. We may act like, when we're upset, we may act like we're not lonely, but deep down, we're a lonely little boy.
So, which of the following describes your marriage? He goes his way, I go my way, he goes. And so think about the recreational things that you and your spouse like to enjoy. And think of something that you absolutely don't enjoy doing it with him, think about it, try it. We didn't try fishing. We didn't try everything that he likes. Everything that he likes, I try. And one time, I have a fishing story to tell you guys. We went fishing on a boat. We fished all day. All day. No bite, no nothing. Oh, I got one! So, hey, and then I'm hooked. I'm better than him. He did it all day. But yeah, so, things like this makes you enjoy being together. Okay? His number 3 need is an attractive spouse. He needs a good-looking wife. Some people say, yeah, did your husband, what you mind him? Does your did your husband, my what's the mind? Does a lot of more counseling to doctor no. It's something that is talked about a lot. So an attractive wife, he wants a wife that everyone seems to admire. He desires to stand next to a wife that takes care of her outer beauty. He wants to feel proud of her when he is with her. And if you see me today, I have no makeup on. I did plan to bring them so that I could look attractive to him, but I forgot the whole bag at home. It's not the foundation, but kind of lotion, tinted lotion for sunblock, so I like the whole thing. But anyway, most men appreciate a woman's inner beauty, inner quality, but they also feel fulfilled with an attractive wife who takes care of herself. Okay, so other men, when they go meet other men buddies, if you're like, just like, they feel proud of us. And so try to look your way, your best, including hairstyles, makeup, the way you dress, the way you take care of yourself. A few years ago, you guys in your like tinted, it wasn't my idea, honestly. It was his idea. So I'm like, I don't want to do it. He go, no, but I really like it. But I don't want to do it. I don't want to ruin my hair. And so I don't want to do it, but he likes it. And so I went to do it just for him. And so, but he says it's time for me to go do one too. And I go, when I have time. I don't have time right now. So yes, anything that you do, husband, I like it when you wear this dress. I like it when you take care of yourself like that. I like it when you put your hair up. Those are hints. 就要包下女生佢要用的可，你出嚟sunshine要喊你出嚟 feel， 你冇一看有 in the look hard， 你冇一看有 tingling， 你睇你可能有。And so he doesn't like me to buy a lot of Hmong clothes, but you know what? He's just lying. Every time you move close, and you oh, you just got that, it's so beautiful. So and so you know what happened? We spent 4 weeks. We went to IKEA. And so and guess what? In our walk-in closet, I took up all the space that belonged to him, and he put all his clothes in those 2 long cupboards, and all his side of the cupboard, clothes. I was so happy. So yeah, things like that. You just feel like, oh yeah, oh, that is new, that's so beautiful. So I think he shouldn't be telling me that anymore.
And then the night before yesterday, we were preparing and she opened up my little closet that I just built, and she goes, oh, there's more closet space. So I said, I know what's going on in your mind right now.
So it's just space, so I had more clothes to buy. But yeah, don't let go of your body. Take care of it for your health, for your husband, and for your children. And each one of us, only our husband just love. And so whatever that is, just do it more so that he will fall in love with that. And so perfume, it always gets his attention. But sometimes little things like that grabs their attention.
Yeah, so this is very, very true. Maybe your husband will tell you that he likes certain ways that you dress, a certain way that you carry yourself, but guess what? Whenever she puts on a new dress, I know immediately, right? Even though our walk-in closet is basically now belongs to her, and I don't know how many dress outfits she has, the minute she comes out of our bedroom, let's say I'm downstairs, she comes down with a new outfit, I know it immediately, and I said, that's a new dress. Like for example, that's a new shirt that she just bought. And so I know it immediately. Try it with your husband. Maybe your husband won't notice your dress, but let's say you try something else, and then walk past him and watch his eyes as you pass. He will gravitate his eye like this to you. Because I do that all the time with her. Maybe that's just me, but I believe most men are like me. If they are highly attracted to you, if you walk past him with a new outfit or his favorite perfume, whatever he's doing, he will automatically raise his head and follow you. So that's just how we are.
Mỗi cái men they put show affection, okay? And so I know that there are a lot of men in here, and I heard from just people talking to me that put men show affection, and so I hope that today, after today, they will show more affection because that's what Sifu Joblong is teaching them. And so if your Bochinya show affection, there's still time to teach, there's still time to grow. Okay? So and there's still time to teach. And so if you want that type of affection, talk to your husband about it. This is how I like it. This is what I like. Once in a while, don't, just put your hands on my hands or things like that. So must be this book. Honestly, I think it must be this book that we read before we got married. And that's how he knows how to show a lot of affection to me. I don't crave affection from him because he gives that affection to me. And I believe that when he read this book, he knew that it was important to me. And so in church, he will, put his hands around me. We're walking down the hall, walking down to church. He will hold my hands. Sometimes when he, like a couple times at church, things like that. And so, if this is something that you crave, talk to your husband about it. And they don't even mention it. Okay? Deep down in your heart, this is something that is hurting you. Have a discussion with your husband, because I believe that this is something that we really do. Being crave, even though we try to be Superman or Superwoman all the time, deep down inside us, we do need that affection from our husband. And so, if this is something that is hurtful to you, talk to your husband about it. Questions to consider. Does my husband really like the way I look most of the time? Do I like the way I look most of the time? Like today, I don't feel good today, but it's okay. Do I make an effort to be attractive to my husband? The honest truth is, I do that. Okay? I do try to make an effort so that by the way I take care of myself. It's just not physical. Attractiveness, is not just physical. It's your inner beauty also. And so, you try to be attracted to him, but they overpower. And so, beauty is really the inner self. Attractiveness is really the inner self. You call community, you punching for you as a woman, for you as a person, the heart is attractive to your husband. You look inner beauty, you cool the inside, most important, you cool you inside, the outer beauty is going to come naturally to your husband. So attractiveness is not just the outside, it's the inside also. And so you have to make an effort. 若果你想你健興幫包得興，你啦你要就佢佢要 watch 得當啦，嗱酷可可啦，就佢的要酷到可可啦，第二對佢要補得哦，你已經聾了哈，那呀，你已經聾了，你啦用高上湖上找了你用高，你我就對佢要 a very happy person. Okay. Honey, number 4. We're almost done. Okay, we're almost done, so we'll go fast. The need for number 4 is domestic support. He needs peace and quiet. If the husband is the only one working, then the husband would like to have come home to a peaceful and organized home and vice versa. And so you have to be not change. If the husband is the same, stays home, and you're the working wife, you would want the same thing too. And so when you come home, like some days when he's home, I come home, then I do expect, a cooked meal. I do expect something too. And so vice versa. When you are home, if you are a stay-at-home wife, he wants that. It works both ways. Today in this society, we all work. The woman works, the man works, and so we complement each other. Okay, the wife has roles in the home, the husband has roles in the home. You appreciate your husband because he does the laundry, he does the cooking, he does the cleaning in the house, he's the one that keeps the house clean. That's so awesome. But then you are doing something else to complement him. So our role for today is not like the roles of our parents where the mom does the housework, the mom does everything, and then the husband don't know her or and do whatever they have to do. Nowadays, we all work, we all are tired, so our roles, we just need to figure out what our roles are, and then we help each other, okay? So, if she needs help, he helps her. If he needs help, she helps him. There should be any type of jealousy regarding roles in the home. So you do whatever you are good at, and he does what he is good at. And so in our household, I do the cooking, and every time I see Nasao post up Sao food, I'm like, oh, I want some. And so, but you know what? It doesn't mean that I don't like him because he's out there fixing my car, he's cutting the grass, so he's doing other things already now. And because I'm better at cooking, I don't want to eat his cooking anyway, so I'm going to cook so that I can have a good dinner, right? And so when he cooked, when the
kids were small, and Noah, he really liked me when he was a little kid, and so he looked up to me on everything. So one day I cooked some scrambled eggs. So Noah says, and all the kids were eating on the table, and so everybody was eating, but nobody was there to say anything. So Noah says, this egg that Daddy made was really good. It's really good, but it's just too salty. So that's when
okay, yeah.
Too much salt on it.
So every time he cooks eggs, I don't know what is egg and salt, but he pours like a whole container in there. And so we got eat, I'm gonna taste your sauce, and so I put it in my mouth. I'm like, oh no, that's not for me. I spit it out, and and so the eggs that you guys ate for Mother's Day, he cooked it. And I go, don't put a lot of salt. And he go, okay, I won't put a lot of salt. And so I go, did you put a lot of salt? No, I didn't put a lot of salt. And so Takunu cooked when he cooked half of it, I went to taste it, and I go, it's a little bit salty. The next, the rest, put very tiny, and so that when you mix it together, it's not too salty. So Takumi the egg was salty. Was okay? All right, thank God. Because otherwise your egg will cheat down low. Okay? So, things like that. You do things that you are good at. He does things that he is good at. And
I do the
each
dirty
other.
work. The dirty work, that's what I do. lawn, anything dirty in the house, anything heavy, I do those for her.
Okay?
Since I can't cook.
Cho chúng ta liền nói giờ mà cho mình tê lớn nó tê cứ dùng mình chạy từ nhà cứ rất cứ khi cứ nhau nó xưa. So, all right, things to consider. Do you feel like your husband expects too much from you? And if this is an issue in your marriage, this is an issue in your marriage. And if it is, have a conversation and make it work. Okay? All right, we're coming on down to number 5. This is the last one. His number 5 need is admiration. He needs her to be proud of him. Honest admiration is a great motivator for most men. Admiration energizes and motivates your husband to do greater things. Don't put your husband down, talk down about him, say bad things about him. Men loves to be praised by their wives. They can be praised by thousands and thousands of other people. Especially you, when the wives say one nice thing to them, it lights up the whole world to them. And so this is very important. Praises give them a boost of energy to go the extra mile. And so admiration builds the confidence which leads to great success. So expression of appreciation meets his needs and he thrives on it. Little things like, oh, I like the way the lawn is cut today. Little things like, oh, thank you for sharpening the knives. And I know that some of you, sharp knife, I'm sure Toto will be willing to help them to share his strategy to sharp knives. But you sharp out each answer, like, oh, I really like that. You sharp this knife for me. It makes the cooking so easy. And that's how he started sharpening knives for me, honestly. Okay, I said to him, one day I said to him, cho khăn ta ni pay lúc nào cứ shop thì you không có lên nó xin là ya, để có thì you should plastic để cho hả ya. And so one day I said to him, honey, if you wanted me to cook good meals for you, I don't like shopping. I don't like nice outdoor, because it's so hard to work on it and it's very slow. So please take all my knives and go sharpen it. And so, chỉ nó họ luôn nó để cho lấy sharp knife để cho mỗi yếu cho không kỹ sharp slow. Nếu cái chết sharp nên nó moment sharp cho dễ hú sơ như cho mỗi yếu cả cho không kỹ luôn ít xí luôn ít box ít Amazon ít box what are all these? Then you say, well, you want me to sharp your knives, so that's just how I sharp my knives. I learned how to sharp this way, and it lasts a long time. So there I go, okay, fine. Okay, so. Yang cứ có admire như chỗ ô na, mà nhiều ô hay à hay chỗ mấy họ, hồi nếu ô tăng làm gì còn chết khôn nữa lên, nếu ô tăng làm gì hay lưu cho nữa lên. After he's done doing something nice to you and you don't say anything back to him, they wait. Honestly, they wait to see if you're going to say something nice to them. When he builds the chicken coop in the back, when he does something in the yarn in the back, when he does something look, this is what I did. Look, this is what I did. What do you think? And so they crave for that, admiration. They crave for that praise from you. And start doing it. You're going to see he do like 1,000 things for you. And so that's what they need.
Yeah, very true. If you want a marriage proof, divorce proof, or affair proof your marriage, this is something that you have to learn to do. If you are not a person who likes to praise your husband, somebody will. Mm-hmm. And if it happens to be another woman, he's going to chase after that affection for that woman because that woman praises him. So if you don't praise him, he may. And another woman praises him, it might turn his heart to that woman. So to affair proof your marriage, even though the way you praise praise for the effort.
Yeah, praise for the effort.
And so encourage him to make better adjustment to his skills. And then you praise 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 now, okay? Especially from a woman. Men, if men praise another man, we just shrug it off. But if it's a woman who praises you, and if they are attractive, chances are, if you don't take this advice, you might end up losing him. Okay?
Yeah, so do you have a difficult time expressing admiration to your husband? If so, start right after this session is over, okay? And does your husband thrive on praises and compliments when you give it to him? If so, continue to do more each day. So they know you have to call consideration to do and think about it. Nobody knows your marriage except for you. Nobody knows except for you. And so if you don't make that effort, if you don't do that part, then your love bank will be empty. And so every day, our goal is to continue to meet your need, keep filling that love bank so that love bank can be fulfilled and that it will be always full. And when it's always full, do not thought ni pu tung tu itu popu la ni lu komo yin chi mong sha ni lu komo yin chi mong shai la jo kata ni lu love bank tu full la. And so if his love bank is full, then he is not distracted by another person. And so continue to do that, okay? So in conclusion, men thrive on these 5 basic needs: sexual fulfillment, recreational companionship, an attractive wife, domestic support, and admiration. Which one do you mostly need to work on? And so you are the only one that know that, okay? And so what I'm going to do right now...
Oh, let me add this.
I pass this out.
So us men, we're a very simple being. We're a very simple creature, right? All we need is number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. We're not complicated. Okay. And we're not very complicated. No, if you do a little bit of each, we're like, wow, you know? And being that we've already the reason why we married you is because we thought that you were the best person in our life, like and we would die for you. If you do this, we would readily die for you. And we're very simple. So yeah, that's it for me.
So this is a questionnaire that you can look through, and you could do it with your spouse. There's ratings on it. You could kind of like page through it. We're not going to do it right now, but this is what you should do with your spouse. And you rate yourself. You rate what needs is the most important for you. And so take it home, and you do your part, he does his part. Then you have a discussion over it to see what your needs are. And if you don't have any of those needs, bless God. I'm blessed with God. I feel it's wonderful. God has blessed me, and that's so awesome. But go through it. Maybe you might have one need out of the 5 that you haven't met your husband's need, and he's craving for it. Okay? And so when I was going through, the book that is this book right here. And so when I was going through it, I saw some of his comments. It's very true. This is very important. I really need this. As you see, when we read it, he writes little notes on it. And so I was reading through this, and I was just like, yeah. Oh my goodness, is this still true? And so, I went through the book, and I saw all these comments, and feel like, I think there's still a lot of things that we have done. A lot of things that I need to work on. And a lot of things that I need to, but as we grow together and we get better, but you forget. And so when I was going back to this page, one of the comments he said, like, it is very true. But then realize that it's true and it's very true. Like you have to pass. I just share this one. Have to have sexual phenomena. They know how they have that okay, medium. They make that starvation. Big starvation. So, anyways, that's what. Your husband. All five. Okay? And so I'm gonna take one, write your name on it. I have 2 books. I have 2 books that I would like to, what you make or make it.
These are the books. Okay. So we hope to raffle this off for the winner.
Yes, we're gonna just pull our name and go all in. Your name, more pouches, your DJ là ha. Your mano nuno ri la ni na ni ta la ni te pun ta na. You read it.